welcome back to my channel. And today I think I'm gonna take a break from all the art reviews that I've been doing lately and just enjoy using some of the new products I now have. Before we get started, of course, we have my disclaimers. First off, I do not live in the city. And where I live in Belize, there's a lot of wildlife, especially birds. Many times you'll be hearing birds calling, crying, chirping in my background. It's out of my control. My second disclaimer is also the fact that I don't live in the city, and I do live near a major highway. You will hear the motor vehicles as they pass on the road. And my third disclaimer is that I have dogs. Right now, both of them are asleep because I like to do it when they're asleep so they don't interrupt taping. Thank you so much, and let's see what I'm going to do today. So today I'll be using my Arteza watercolor paper pad, and these are set on the website with premium Arteza watercolor sheets of 140-pound weight, and I believe they're made from cellulose paper. I do like using this watercolor paper pad because, and don't say that 5 times fast, because it can handle a lot of water. Especially if you're someone like me who like to layer on the washes, this paper pad can handle it very nicely. I'll also be using my trusty dandy mechanical pencil from Stabilo, my Milan Tecnik 920 eraser, another Milan eraser, and this is the tri-jet eraser. And you've seen me use these products a lot during my videos. Some of the things I never introduced is actually my fine liners, and the fine liners I use is from It's actually, I bought it from AliExpress. It's, I like to say, a generic pigment liner, which is water resistant, even though it is water based. When dry, it's completely water resistant. And I have them right now in 3 major sizes, a 0.2, a 0.4, and a 0.8. And those are the sizes I use a lot. And I'm also using a newbie. This is the first time I'm going to be using this, which is the, if this decides to focus on it, it is the Uniball Signal Jelly White Pen. Of all the things I've heard about this gel pen and the opacity of it, I cannot wait to finally get a chance to use it in an illustration. This particular pen is from the Mitsubishi Pencil Company. They're the same company that makes the Posca pens. And the type of watercolor I'll be using today is from Winsor & Newton. This is their 24 Winsor & Newton line. Now, it's here. Even though this particular watercolor pen can hold 52 half pans, there's only 26 in here right now with some little samples I got from Eve Bolt, but these 24 are the Winsor & Newton watercolor line. And this was the same watercolor line that I said in a previous video that I bought from AliExpress. So now let's see what I'm going to do. Okay, so I was thinking long and hard about what I want this week's video to be about. And I came up with the idea of, because I was talking to my husband. If you guys don't know, I'm actually married. I was talking about my husband about some of the old Creole sayings that we would have heard our parents and our grandparents said as we grew up. And some of the famous quotes that my mom used to say a lot, and some of the famous quotes that his grandmother and mom used to say a lot. And I thought it would be a great idea to put some of those Creole proverbs, it's actually Creole proverbs, into an art illustration. Now, I will be writing both the Creole translation, the English translation, and the meaning of those Creole proverbs in the description box below. So please don't forget to check it out. It is so much fun. I was just going through and we were just talking about all the old proverbs that our parents and grandparents always said. And it was just so much fun trying to reminisce on our childhood. Okay, one of the Creole proverbs that my mom used to say a lot was plantain not to eat like rice. Whenever someone will ask her how she's doing, she'll always say that plantain not to eat like rice, which basically translates into English as plantains doesn't taste like rice. And I just start laughing and smiling and feeling good about myself when I reminisce on my mom saying that Creole proverb. Now, there is some history towards that saying because Belize was once a colonial state. We are actually one of the only English-speaking countries in Central America. Whenever you hear the word Central America, you're always thinking Spanish speakers. Well, we are Central Americans and we're not Spanish speakers. We are actually English speakers, and that's because we were once colonized by Great Britain. And back in the olden days, now this is some history, back in the olden days, rice was a luxury. Most people would have their plantain trees, banana trees, and their staples growing in their yard. It's not like today where we basically go to the market or to the store to buy our ground fruits and our fruits and vegetables. Most old-time Belizeans used to do a lot of gardening and farming. And so when you hear that saying plantain is not eaten like rice, it's basically saying that I can't afford the good time living right now and I have to use what I can grow. Basic, simple, basically means you fell on hard times. So we're gonna put that into an illustration today. So join me along on that process. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my words today? So as you can see, my work is all lined up and ready to go. If you notice throughout the video, I already have my colors prepped out already from what I'll be using on the Winsor Newton at my skin tones. I have my shirt, I have my hair, and I have for the plantain already set out. And so now let's go into the coloring. Okay, here I go. My illustration is still wet, so I will not be taking off my bordering tapes just as yet. I'll just wait till it dries completely. But I am finished. What do you guys think? I kind of like it, you know? It's something my mom always said, and I love my mom with all my heart. And it's like, you know, having her sayings with me. For those who may not have known, my mom is in glory. And so things like these are very, 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 very precious to me. And also, while I was painting this, it got me thinking that here am I talking about my Creole proverbs and my Creole culture. Maybe you guys want to join in too. So if you like, put the English translation along with the actual Creole, the actual words to your cultural proverbs in my description box below if you like to play along. And maybe I could draw one of your own cultural proverbs from your country or your tradition. Thank you so much and for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.